Shwmai, it's Iestyn here. If you're doing the 7 Say Something in Welsh course, you'll probably already recognise my voice. We've been building Say Something in Welsh since 2009, and in that time I've heard stories from hundreds of people who've already learnt Welsh successfully. I know a lot about how they succeeded, and I want to use that to help you to write a story. Now, this story is going to be a good one, a real page-turner. There will definitely be highs and lows, I know that. Probably triumphs and disasters. We'll fit in some cliffhangers for definite. It'll be a real classic. But there's nothing new, is there? You know, this story, it's got to be thousands of years old. A hero fulfills a destiny against all the odds. You could be sitting round a campfire chewing woolly mammoth while you listen. Or you could be reading it on your Kindle. The pattern's the same. It's just the details have changed. But the best storytellers still have us on the edge of our seats every time. You're still biting your nails and saying, "No!" when the hero makes a mistake. You still feel the tension, your heart beats faster. But come on, we know the hero is going to win in the end. But, those moments of uncertainty, that's the magic in the story, isn't it? If it were easy, would you even be interested? No, of course you wouldn't. So, let's make this a good one. What kind of obstacles can we put in it? We'll definitely make the hero doubt himself. And we'll probably get a subplot in that threatens to derail everything. And I tell you what, we can make the hero totally unprepared as well. That usually works. You know, the hobbit against the orc army, or the tramp who's got to act like a king. And I'm pretty sure you'll have guessed the next bit as well. It's you that's going to be the hero. So, how does our adventure start? How about you were on the web and you made a startling discovery that would change your life forever? Or maybe you brush past an idea on a virtual street, your eyes meet briefly, and you are consumed by desire. But however yours started, you started your adventure when you started this 6-month course. And we know the ending already. You can look at your story sheet in the link from your email and you'll see it written down there. So all we need to do now is create the story that'll take you there. It's really important that you keep the ending clear in your mind while you're writing your story. Imagine a hero being told, "You must destroy the Ring of Power. Somehow." You know, where would that story go? No. It definitely has to be Mount Doom in the heart of Mordor. And then the story more or less writes itself. So let's look at your ending. Number 1, you'll have completed all of Aran's weekly challenges. That's the easy one to measure. Number 2, you'll be talking to yourself in Welsh. Not about everything, but about lots of things. The earlier you start that, the better, and it really doesn't matter if your Welsh is right or not. Thirdly, you are learning new words that aren't in the lessons. You know, you'll need a word when you're talking to yourself, or you'll be listening to the radio and you'll hear the same word again and again. Go looking. It's a bit of a side adventure. It's not part of the course, but it'll help your character to grow. And then the gold standard, number 4. You will be having real conversations with real people in real time. You'll be talking about things that you're interested in, they're interested in. In other words, you will be a Welsh speaker. Now come on, you've only been learning for 6 months. You won't be fluent. You'll have loads of yes moments when your Welsh just works. You know, you might be chatting to someone for half an hour and suddenly think, oh, what language were we talking in? But take it from me, you'll be having loads of, oh no, what's happening now as well. But the whole point of this 6 months is to give you enough Welsh to get you into those situations. You know, this is season 1 of your mega series. And our guarantee is that you will be able to have the conversations now that will make you fluent later. Okay, so you're going to ask me now, where's the drama? Well, have you tried to learn a language before? Have you tried to, lose weight, to paint watercolours, to play the double bass? Trying to achieve anything worthwhile is tough. It's easy to get caught up in stuff, in the complications, isn't it? To only see the difficulties, and then, well, to lose sight of what you actually want. And life has a habit of getting in the way. But that's why I'm talking about creating a story. Because being the author, or the storyteller, it changes how you look at things. I've got a trick when I'm having difficulties, and you know what I do? I think about my autobiography. And no, I'm not really writing one. But what would I like to read about myself? To read myself doing in this situation? And you know what? I'm pretty sure I always make better decisions when I think like that. Thinking about reading about what you're doing makes you think of the bigger picture. The young lion saw the hyenas approaching, the same hyenas that had killed his father, the king. "I know what I must do," he said, "but I'll just go and check Facebook first." Think about reading your story of this week even. I bet there are things that you think, I could have done that differently. Now, I'll be the first to admit I am a black belt at time wasting. But those wasted moments, they can decide our future. Those little decisions that lead to progress. Or not, of course. It's the easiest thing in the world to just check Twitter before you do your 20 minutes of Welsh. It's not even a decision, is it? But the author knows just checking Twitter in your learning slot may be the difference between sticking to the plan and wandering off in chapter 7 and never finishing your book. Now, you'll see a couple of challenges listed under roadblocks in the story sheet. The exciting one, the exciting one is, I feel like giving up. You know when the hero is hanging off the cliff by his fingertips, or the police officer has had a badge taken off her. Now is exactly the time to think of your autobiography. How is this plotline going to develop? Are you just going to surrender? Or would you rather read about how you fought your way back? Well, I got one last trick in my armoury for now. Our cliff-hanging hero always has a big reason why. The ticking time bomb, the kidnapped fiancé, the best friend drowning in the creek. There's no choice, and there's a last burst of strength from somewhere. He scrambles, he tears his fingernails, I don't know, she uses her teeth or something, but they get back over that cliff edge. I know you're not likely to fall off any real cliffs because you don't speak Welsh, but I said before, didn't I, how easy it is to only see the difficulties, to get caught up in the nitty-gritty of the complications. And when that happens, well, that's when you need your big reason why, to boost you back from the brink. Willpower, good intentions, motivation, the things we rely on, they all run out. But your big reason why will keep you going. For so many people, it's been the key to success. But you have to make sure that your big reason is your big reason. If you're learning for someone else, because someone else thinks you should, or because it might look good on a CV, you may succeed, you may not. But learn because someone you love would be bowled over by it, or learn to regain the lost family language, and you're on to a winner. This is your drama, and you don't have to please anyone else. So, write your big reason on your story sheet. And when everything else fails, it will still lead your hero to victory. Now, you may not be convinced that you've got a big reason yet, but don't worry. It's worth taking a moment now to think of succeeding, of being able to speak Welsh. What's so good about it? Think what makes you happy to have done it. And that's your reason. Write it in the box and sign the sheet. Now it's your story. And so, we're ready. It's time to set off on our journey. And it will be a journey. You should always keep sight of the prize, yeah. But love the story as well. It's a brilliant story. You enjoy the setbacks and frustrations in your favourite book, so enjoy the setbacks and frustrations you have in real life as well. And you know how you cheer the hero on in your favourite film? Cheer yourself on. Celebrate. Celebrate every obstacle you reach, and certainly every obstacle you overcome. And finally, don't stop. Don't stop until you reach your goal. And don't stop there neither. I'll do my very best to help you to enjoy every step of your journey, but it's up to you. You will make it a legend.